Welcome back to Skyward Sword Hero Mode. So I'm going to get this out of the way first because after this I'm going to mute my microphone. I've basically tried to do this a couple times already. I failed. It's been very frustrating because it just seems like bullshit keeps happening that I can't react to, especially in the Imprisoned Part 2 when there comes a point where I can't do anything. Anyway, so it turns out in Hero Mode, I don't know about Normal Mode, the order is not entirely random, but the information I found online, I basically got different orders than what they said I was supposed to get, than the different possible orders, so I don't even know if it's accurate. Anyways, I'm going to mute my microphone until I'm done with this, because I've just been way too frustrated with this. I'm probably mostly going to say angry and nasty things, so I'm just going to mute my microphone for your sake. As of right now, I have muted my microphone in the live recording, so what you're listening to is a voiceover that I recorded afterwards. And I'm doing this because I want to clarify a statement I made about how the order is not completely random. So, I didn't have, in the time I said that, I was kind of frustrated, so I didn't really think about adding more context. I just kind of wanted to say a bunch of stuff as fast as possible. So now I'm going to add the additional context so that statement makes a bit more sense, because there are some things that I need to also introduce. So, the way that the boss rush mode works is that, as the player, you select which boss you want to fight first, and then afterwards, the other bosses, if you choose to continue, are chosen at random, so your next boss is chosen randomly by the game. But I found a post on Reddit which links to a pastebin which actually explains how this works. So it's kind of random, but it's not completely random in the sense that the game decides from all the bosses you haven't faced with equal probability which boss you face next. No, that's not how it works. The game does not pick with equal probability from the bosses you've not yet faced. So it took me a while to understand this pastebin because I was trying to reconcile it with the things that I saw in-game. And this is what I came up with. This is how I believe this works. So, you pick which boss you want to fight first. Afterwards, the game has 3 different lists of all of the bosses, and in each of the 3 lists, the bosses are in different orders. Now, this is dependent also upon, if you're playing through normal mode, which bosses you've unlocked. In hero mode, even if you haven't gotten to a certain boss in the story, by the time you do this, it's still available for boss rush. But there are 3 lists. There's list 0, list 1, and list 2. So I believe the way that it works is you defeat a boss, and then the game picks randomly from one of the 3 lists. And then from that list, it looks for the first boss in that list that you have not yet fought, and that determines your next boss that you face. So I was confused at first. I thought that the game, basically, after you pick your first boss that you want to face, it picks one of the 3 lists at random, and that determines the entire order based on that one list. However, I do not think that this is entirely the case. The pastebin doesn't seem to make this completely clear, but I think what happens is that after every boss that you fight, the game picks at random between list 0, list 1, and list 2. Now, it's possible that you can get the same list twice in a row. It's a 1 in 3 chance, basically, for that to happen. Well, yeah. It's a 1 in 3 chance for that to happen, but I think the list picking happens after every single boss fight. And that is why, as I was doing this through a couple of failed attempts, I noticed that I tended to get the same bosses kind of at the same part of my boss rush. So what I mean is that I was trying to clear 8 bosses so I could get the Hylian Shield. You need to defeat 8 bosses of the 12 available. And I kind of noticed that I was getting the same bosses at the same sort of steps. So, like, I got, for example, Ghirahim 1 pretty early on. And if you watch this video, you'll see that I do 2 boss rushes. One of them, I do 8 bosses to get the Hylian Shield. The second one, I only do 4, so I can get the Piece of Heart. Now, I picked the same first fight for both. I picked the Horde battle. But you'll notice that for my second and third ones, I got the same bosses. I got Ghirahim. Well, I won't spoil it, I guess. I guess you know it's one of the Ghirahims is the second one. The fourth one, however, was different between the two, but I can tell you that I have gotten, like, the fourth option, I think, multiple times kind of in the middle, the boss that I happened to face fourth. I tended to get those kind of in the middle of an attempt of doing 8 multiple times. So that leads me to think that the way it works is that these 3 lists, lists 0, 1, and 2, are programmed in the game, and what's happening is, it's not that... My misconception, like I said, was that I thought the game selects one of the lists once after you defeat the first boss, or maybe when you pick the first boss you want to fight, and then that determines the order for the rest of this boss rush. But I think what's actually happening, like I said, is that the game picks one of the lists at random every time you beat a boss, and then it just picks the first boss that you've not yet faced. Again, I don't feel like the pastebin made this extremely clear, and if you want to know, of course, what I'm talking about when I say list 0, list 1, list 2, look at the pastebin. Like I said, I'll make sure to put the link to that in the description, as well as the Reddit post that I saw that led me to the pastebin. So yeah, like I said, I think that's how it basically works. So the order is not entirely random. The order is not entirely random, but there is some randomness to it, and that explains why you might feel that you see certain bosses a lot at the same sort of part, whether it's the beginning, middle, or end of your attempts to do however many bosses in a row. Oh, and one more thing is that Demise is always last. It's the last option on all 3 lists, so you are guaranteed to do Demise last. In fact, I don't even remember if you're allowed to pick Demise as your first boss. I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention when I selected my first boss. Anyway, Demise is always last, which is nice because it's a pretty tricky boss fight, and it takes a while too, so, you know, if you want to go all the way, it's a very fitting finale for this sort of boss rush mode. Anyway, yeah, back to my silence. Alright, I'm turning on the microphone here because this is the last battle, and because I don't find this one as bad. Oh, fuck. So, Ghirahim 2 is not so bad for me, so that's why I don't mind turning the microphone back on. Also, I technically have a stronger sword than last time, as last time I fought him, I had the Goddess Longsword, basically, and now I have the True Master Sword. So... Where is he? Oh, fuck, where is he? Oh. Yeah, I got lucky this time, a little bit lucky with my boss order. So basically, last time, I died both times, my last two attempts, by failing to complete the Imprisoned 2. Not because it killed me, but because it got up to the temple and I automatically died as a result. And look, I'm already done. Also, these best times that you see are not the times that I had when I beat these bosses throughout the story. It's from when I played on normal mode and I did this boss rush. Okay. So here we go. Alright. And you get 50 rupees every time you beat a boss for the first time, or... Alright, hold on. No, I am quitting. I am absolutely quitting. Oh, God. I got lucky, though. I didn't have to fight... So I got lucky in two senses. First of all, I'm going to save right away. Going back to that bird statue. Oh, God. Yeah. Going back to that bird statue for sure. Actually, I don't have my hearts. I'm just going to sit here for a few seconds and heal up. Yeah. Let's save the game. There, hero mode with the Hylian Shield. You get 50 rupees every time you beat a boss for the first time in this mode, or every time you beat a previous record that you set. And hold on, let me readjust the microphone a bit. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I'm gonna go get that shield now, and I may as well get another potion. I mean, here's the thing. I now have to, I can go back and do this again, and I get, if I do 4 bosses and then quit, I get the Piece of Heart, which is, I think, the last one in the game. Let me just check. Yes, it is the last one in the game. Alright, so... but I got lucky in 2 respects. One is that I didn't get the Imprisoned 2, and the second one is that when I started the Imprisoned 3, I still had my Guardian Potion active. Since that way, during the first phase, which is the most dangerous, it's the one where you can take damage, I was able to go after its toes. And, which I ended up using the Grusinator anyway. I kind of gave up. But, you know, after it starts to fly, it's pretty smooth sailing because you hit it with the Grusinator, it immediately falls on its back, you can just attack the ceiling spike, and then it flies a second time, rather. Alright, let's get the Hylian Shield, the indestructible shield. Alright. So, I'm gonna do the same thing, okay? I'm just gonna spend the rupees. This time I only need to, do 4 bosses. Usually what happens is, this might run out, like, in the middle of the 4th boss anyway. So, this should be a breeze. This should basically be free. Anyways, and then for the 3rd hit on Imprisoned 3, you launch yourself onto its back, and then just deliver the final blow. Alright. Alright. I have just enough Starry Fireflies, so this was only 240 rupees. So this whole process is only going to cost me 480 rupees. And now, so before, I was not super careful on the Horde part. Actually, I've probably never done the Horde with a shield that can break, but the Horde of enemies just very, very quickly destroyed my Sacred Shield on one of my attempts, which I ended after that. I immediately reset, because even though if I complete this, I'm obviously never using that shield again, I still don't want it to break. I still want it in my inventory. And here it is. Here's the Hylian Shield, the strongest shield in the game. Even though it does have a health meter, I don't think it ever goes down, because it's an indestructible shield. Yeah. The shield that is in pretty much every other Zelda game, I think. I actually don't think it's in Majora's Mask, because I know in Ocarina of Time, I do remember that you can get this shield, I think, as young Link, but it's so big that he can't really move when he's using it. He's just kind of, I think, has to, like, hide under it, basically. Yeah. So, we're gonna try this again. And I'm actually gonna hope I don't get the Horde battle. What I'm gonna do is... like I said, I read a post on Reddit that says the order is not entirely random, and then it linked to a paste bin with... supposedly the way it works is that there are, like, 3 different orderings of the bosses, and that you pick the first boss you want to fight, but after that, the game selects one of the 3 lists, and then you fight the bosses in that order, excluding anything you've already fought. But I don't know if that's true, or I don't know if that list is accurate, because, like I noticed that the order I got bosses did not match that list. So, anyway, I'm gonna just use this potion. I didn't use any enhanced potions or any of these time-based potions any other time in the game, so I'm not doing all 12 bosses, by the way. You know what? I'm just gonna do the same order. I'm just gonna try the same order, but I only have to do 4. And I did not get Imprisoned 2 early on. So, yeah, let's do this. Now that I only have to do 4 bosses, like I said, this potion usually lasts through at least through the middle of the 4th boss fight. I'm going to keep the microphone on. This shouldn't be quite so stressful. I just, I don't know if you noticed, I did try to do the trick where you jump over the shield, or you jump off of the shield moblin to skip a portion of this section, this fight, and I completely messed it up. Right? I didn't do it correctly, I should say. Maybe I wasn't lined up in the correct area. Whatever. Also, I think you only have to defeat the enemies that Ghirahim summons. So, the regular horde, I don't think you have to worry about. Yeah. Yep. So, as you can see, I definitely did not kill the entire horde. Yeah. And also, what I did last time was I deliberately exploded my own bombs in a crowd of... I'm not going to be able to get it. I did not get in the right spot. Because this is where you would have to do the skip. Yeah, I can't do it. That's okay, because look at all these bombs. Look at all that friendly fire, man. Look at all that friendly fire, and look at all the damage that I'm not taking. Because of the, Guardian Potion Plus. There we go. Yeah. But like I said, I think I said in the last, but one of the episodes before this, one of the videos before this, that if you do manage to complete all 12 bosses without dying, you are awarded as many rupees as your wallet can handle, or as your wallet can hold. So, but that wouldn't be worth it right now, because I don't have the biggest wallet. So it would be a lot of work for, not quite as many rupees as I could get. I can get 400 more. Okay, so this blue guy runs, and he takes multiple hits. And as you can see, he pusses out and runs behind the barrier first. Okay, he's dead. So, yeah, I don't respect the way that the blue Bokoblin fights at all. Although, I do wonder now, I'm kind of mentally comparing this to the, I think it's called the Cave of Ordeals in Twilight Princess HD, where you have to defeat a bunch of difficult enemies exclusively as Wolf Link, which really does suck because Wolf Link's combat is not as easy to control and maneuver as human Link. So, and it's really hard, especially the, I don't know what they're called, but the enemies in Twilight Princess that, like, they throw ice spears at you, and if they hit you, they freeze you in place, and I think when you're frozen in place, even though you're in a block of ice, I think you're still vulnerable to, like, other enemy attacks, and I don't remember how often, if at all, you get to heal. That one was really tough, and it's required for one of the wallet upgrades, just whichever one's next, I think is how they work in Twilight Princess. I haven't played that game in years, though. But that was pretty hard, too. But, I don't know, I feel like, since they weren't... I don't know. And also, a lot of the time when you face those ice enemies, you're on ice, so you're sliding around, and it's kind of difficult to move where you want to avoid, you know, taking a bunch of damage. Alright. Yay. New record. Personal record. Personal best. New PB. Is what I meant to say. Okay. Also, the early bosses are a lot easier because you have a much more powerful sword. As, you know, the later bosses, I think, have more overall health because you're at a point where you have a more powerful sword. And so, oh fuck. And I think that's reflected, hold on, the sword is pointing completely random direction. Not completely random. So this is Ghirahim 1. It's really easy, just 4 strikes and it goes to phase 2. I mean, you can see my best time from normal mode is, as you can see, it's under 45 seconds. I do need him to charge me if I want to get that time, though. So yeah, Ghirahim 1 is really good to get if you're doing this challenge and you don't want to kill every boss. Look at 34.29. So that's really fast. That's my new best for Ghirahim 1. So I don't know, am I going to get the same order as last time? I guess I'll find out. I think next I had Ghirahim 3. It is Ghirahim 3. Okay, well. I dodged that. Okay. This one's not too bad, actually. Like, it's not too hard to, in this part where you're trying to knock him down, I mean, it's pretty easy to tell when he's about to attack and dodge his attack. When he tries to go after you, like, okay. Okay, and then here you just have to make sure you do not strike his hands, basically. Okay. And then do a fatal blow. Alright. So... Now, that's the end of the knocking him down part. So now there are a couple choices here. You can... Oh, fuck. You can parry, or you can, you know, use your shield. Oh, fuck. This, yeah, so when he's, the tricky thing is when he does the vertical, I fucked up. When he does his vertical thing, I didn't, okay, I'm gonna back up, just do the other thing. When he does his vertical one, when you have to counter his vertical attack, you have to make sure you don't use a Skyward Strike, which is annoying. So do this 3 times, then run up, and then thrust. And there, now's the last phase, because I got a couple hits on him by shield countering, his attacks. Okay. And here, the nice thing is you can go nice and slow, so that you don't have to worry about striking the wrong way. Oh. I could have avoided that. Okay, there we go. Because if you strike the wrong way, he will attack you, and then he will repair the sword. And there we go. Alright, another best time for me. So I should absolutely be able to get the 4th boss done then. And I got, like I said, a bit lucky. I got some early bosses. I didn't get Moldarak, though, but that's okay. Okay, now it's Imprisoned 3. Okay, we'll see if I can do this. Because I'm just worried about, like, not having a Groose ready when he starts flying. But maybe that's not something I should worry about. I don't know. He only has 1 toe left on his front right side. The hope... You know what? Let's just attack. Yeah. Because now, like, by the time I get everything done, hopefully he'll have the next bomb loaded. So, there we go. Oh, that did not last long at all. Holy shit. Okay. But, you know, he He's still limping, and that gives me a lot more time to go after the toe beans. Oh, I backflipped over the... the little electric shock thing. I didn't know I could do that. It seems like it's kind of not convenient, though. So I gotta go around him. That's always lovely. Wow, I have to go way far away. Okay. Got him. And now, like, that's really the hardest part of Imprisoned Free. Because now this is where we have our Rise of Skywalker. They fly now! Moment. They fly now! Okay. Unless you fuck up, but... he's a pretty big target, it's pretty hard to fuck this up. Of course, I haven't actually encountered this boss yet in the main story. I will be soon. I will be fighting it soon. But, yeah, it's, yeah, it's like the next thing I'll be doing. So now, can't get to his bomb stash. Okay, so now what I do is I pause just to make sure I am going to end up near Groose. I'm going to do that again here. Yeah, so I'll just take... I guess I'll grab this stamina fruit. Take this air vent up. I actually don't know how fast you have to be here, but I wouldn't want to take the chance. So now, I'm going to go, I guess this is clockwise. And here, I should be able to get a good line. There we go. There we go. And I've done it. And I set another best time. And now I can get that piece of heart. I just have to make sure I say that I want to quit while I am ahead. And, walk away. I want to walk away, just like if I were playing, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but for some reason one of the mid-level dollar amounts was preferable to the higher amounts. I don't know. That was a really dumb comparison. The point is, you know, you can't get the Hylian Shield or this heart piece in any other way in this game. So now, I do not want to continue. No, thank you. Alright, yeah. Alright. And with that, I have, unless I'm holding those life medals, and see my potion is still in effect too. But I have now gotten every piece of heart in the game, as this will tell me. Yeah, cool. So, what happens if I do this? Will it tell me anything about my shield? Yep, it is completely indestructible. Oh, will this tell me something about my potion medal? It just says the effects of potions last longer. Okay. Alright, well... Alright. I'm gonna go back to the sky now, because... I think that's everything. I don't think I have to come back to Lanayru. I think I'm done with it for the rest of the game. So... yeah. After my first few failed attempts, I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to complete 8 boss battles, but like I said, I did get pretty lucky. I got Ghirahim 1, I got Skaldera, which you saw I took care of very quickly. Like I said, the early game bosses with the True Master Sword are very, very easy. They go down very fast. And then... I didn't get the Imprisoned 2 because even though I had no trouble with it when I fought it as part of the story, for some reason I'm struggling with it now. So I was lucky that I didn't have the Imprisoned 2. And I think no matter what, and this makes sense, really, I think Demise will be the last boss, if you want to go all the way. Unless you pick Demise first, of course. Or did it not let you? I don't actually remember if Demise wasn't an option. I wasn't paying close enough attention because I was really only paying... I don't know if it would let you pick Demise first, actually. Huh. Well, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna take this back now. Alright. Alright. So now let me just save my game now that I'm all set up. Oh, my potion is about to run out. I don't think it does anything if I save now. I think it if I were to save while the potion effect is active and then restart the game, I think it would probably not be in effect. I have to imagine that potion effects are lost if you quit the game. Alright. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Just because I've fought it already, I fought it actually about 4 times now. I'm gonna go fight the Imprisoned Part 3. Yeah. And I saved the game. Actually, I should save down here, in case something goes wrong. And after that, I think I'm gonna call it the end of the episode. Because I need a break. I was getting pretty heated when I was failing to complete the boss challenge, the boss rush. Yeah, I've got footage that I basically stopped recording and deleted my footage because... Oh, I think she already told me this. Yeah. It wouldn't be the most exciting thing to watch, and it's just negative, and I don't want to upload just me being completely negative. So, yeah. First of all, let's get some more bugs. All right. I have no more fireflies. I had just enough to make to enhance 2 guardian potions. Oh, actually, let's see what he wants me to make now. Closed circle. Yep. That would be a bomb. And that should be pretty easy to draw. Now watch me draw a really messed up looking circle. Well, it's not terrible. I think that's good enough. Yep. Okay. Alright. Oh, nope, don't need to run up there. Alright. I don't think the bombs are going to be... I mean, I think you can use them to try to attack the Imprisoned's feet, but I don't know if I'm going to be good enough to do that. Alright. Let's save the game here. So in case I mess this up, I can just reload. Even if there is no consequence for a game over. Alright, so let's talk to the old woman. Alright. Yep. Yes, I seek the dragons. Yeah, what's going on here? Maybe, do I have to come in from here? What's going on? because it... Okay, there we go. There's Groose. Oh. Well, that's dramatic. I step over here and the beast is ready to break out. So, I guess it's not triggered then by talking to the old woman. It's the third fight is triggered by probably being near the temple, the outside entrance in the front. Alright. Yep. Okay. So the new edition, and I don't know if this is what enables its flight, if it's like, if they stole this idea from Sonic, but the new edition is the tail. Okay. Alright. So, I think he's immediately ready. Oh, okay, I have to be careful. So let me get out of the way. Oh, Jesus, come on, I want to get out of the fucking way. Oh my god. Okay, well... that was annoying. I'm gonna, like I did before, I'm going after its front toes first. Oh, I managed to not destroy all of them. That's fucking great. Oh, so I can block this with my shield. Only if I actually hit it, though. Okay. Well, now I can get some hearts at least. That's a lot of hearts. Alright, I'm gonna have to try to go up. I'm gonna... Alright, I will go use the Grucinator as soon as I... You know what? I should use it now, just in case it steps in my path, right? Alright, now the thing is... Oh, I did get its bottom... Or, I did get its... all of its front toes. I'm... Shoot. Okay, so now it's gonna limp, and I'm gonna take more damage, because I have no patience. Oh, yeah. Taking full advantage of having all the hearts. Now, I think I'm not doing this very well, because I needed to use a lot more bombs than last time, but, you know, I'm also taking damage now. Look at all these hearts, though. Alright. Alright. Okay, I think that's too close. I think I have to go all the way back down to this one. Like I said, I think that the other air vent that I passed, I think is would have been too close. Alright. Come on! Okay, there we go. And here's where I'm gonna reference Rise of Skywalker again. They fly now? They fly now! I'm probably not saying it the same way it was said in the movie, but, you know, whatever. I'm gonna go for it. I also don't want it to be too loud because my microphone's gonna, it's gonna sound too loud in the microphone if I try to do a better job. But yeah, they fly now. Alright. Okay. Now just to do the last hit. Okay. I think I am at the right location. Yeah, like I said, I just want to be sure that this will take me up where I need to go before I run all the way to the top and find out that, oh, I'm 180 degrees away from where I needed to be. Okay. Alright, let's actually go over to this straight line section. There we go. It's dead. Well, it's not dead, but it's sealed again. I guess it's not really dead if you think about what the Imprisoned actually is, and the fact that we keep having to reseal it. Alright. And notice also how the seal shape you have to draw gets a little bit more complicated each time. With this one being the most complex. Ah. I hit myself in the leg with the Wii Remote, but it's okay. My Wii Remote is wearing the Wii Remote condom, so it was a soft blow. I also didn't hit myself very hard. Wouldn't have hurt anyway. Alright. That's the last Imprisoned fight. Last time we have to seal it again. Alright, let's go back up to the temple now that that's taken care of. Alright, let's see if I can... Oh, well, there are hearts. That's okay, there are hearts up by the temple. So... Alright. Where am I? Oh, I see. I see the temple. Alright, let's go back in the temple and talk about what just happened. We'll say I am, yeah. I know what I have to do. Exactly. That's pretty close, right? Oh, well, that's why you don't see any water, even though the water is all the way up to the tree in the Faron Woods. Okay. Alright, cool. So I'm going to save the game here, and then that will be the first thing I do next time. So that's going to be it for now. I got the Hylian Shield, I got the last of the Pieces of Heart, all of them are now mine. And so yeah, I'll see you next time.